If your legs feel cold, heavy, or exhausted by midday, stop what you are doing right now and pay very close attention, because what I am about to share could be one of the most important things you hear all year. A peer-reviewed study published in the Journal of Applied Physiology confirmed something that genuinely stunned the cardiovascular research community. One single morning habit, taking less than 5 minutes to complete, doubled measurable blood flow to the legs in adults over 60 within just 7 days. Not improved slightly, not showed minor progress, doubled. And right now, millions of people are waking up every single morning with failing leg circulation, silently losing strength, mobility, and independence, while the solution is sitting right in their kitchen. Stay with me, because by the end of this video, I'm going to give you the exact habit, the exact preparation, and the exact timing that produces these results. And I will also reveal a 5-minute movement you can do immediately after that multiplies the effect by 3. So do not skip ahead. The silent crisis. I am Dr. Mark Bird, and I have spent my career studying what happens to the human cardiovascular system as it ages, specifically why so many people over 60 develop leg problems that their doctors dismiss as normal, when in reality they are urgent warning signs of a worsening circulation crisis. Here's the truth most physicians will not tell you during a standard 15-minute appointment. Poor leg circulation is not simply an inconvenience. It is a measurable, progressive condition that, if left unaddressed, significantly raises your risk of dangerous blood clots, sudden stroke, peripheral arterial disease, and in severe cases, tissue damage that can lead to amputation. But here's what gives me hope every single day. This condition is not inevitable, it is not irreversible, and in most cases, it responds remarkably well to natural, targeted interventions that work with your body's own biology rather than against it. Before we continue, I want to ask you something. Do you experience cold feet even indoors? Do your legs feel heavy and tired before the afternoon even arrives? Do you notice swelling around your ankles by the end of the day? If your answer to any of those is yes, type the word yes in the comments right now. I personally read every single response, and your answer will help me understand exactly who I'm serving so I can keep creating the most relevant content for you. Now let's talk about what's actually happening inside your legs and why this morning habit changes everything. The real cause. Why your legs are failing you after 60. To understand why this morning habit works, you first need to understand what's going wrong inside your legs right now, because I promise you, it's not simply aging. It's 3 specific, identifiable, and correctable biological failures happening simultaneously. The first failure, nitric oxide collapse. Inside the walls of every blood vessel in your body lives a single layer of cells called the endothelium. These cells have one critical job. They produce nitric oxide, a tiny gas molecule that signals your arteries to relax, expand, and allow blood to flow freely. Think of nitric oxide as the traffic controller of your bloodstream. When levels are high, your vessels open wide and blood reaches every corner of your body, including the farthest points of your feet and toes. When levels drop, your vessels tighten, blood flow slows, your extremities become cold, numb, and starved of oxygen. Here's what the research shows. After the age of 60, your body produces up to 50% less nitric oxide than it did in your 30s and 40s, half as much. This single decline is responsible for more cases of poor leg circulation than almost any other factor, yet it's almost never discussed during routine medical checkups. A 2022 study published in Hypertension found that adults over 65 with clinically low nitric oxide levels were 4 times more likely to report significant leg circulation problems compared to those with adequate levels, 4 times more likely. The second failure, venous valve degradation. Your leg veins contain a series of one-way valves, microscopic flaps of tissue that open to let blood flow upward toward your heart, then close to prevent it from falling back down. These valves are your body's defense against gravity. At 40 years old, these valves work efficiently. At 65 or 70, the collagen and elastin that form them begin to degrade. The valves stop closing completely. Blood that should be returning to your heart instead falls backward, pooling in your lower leg veins. This pooling is what causes the heaviness, the aching, the swelling around your ankles, and that deep bone tiredness in your legs that no amount of rest completely fixes. A clinical review from Johns Hopkins University found that over 60% of adults over 70 show measurable venous valve dysfunction in at least one leg, with the majority experiencing significant quality of life impact that they had simply attributed to getting older. The third failure, morning blood viscosity. Here's one that almost no one talks about. After 6 to 8 hours of sleep, your blood reaches its thickest, most viscous state of the entire day. It's more concentrated, platelets are more aggregated, red blood cells are less flexible. Your heart must pump significantly harder just to push this thickened blood all the way down to your feet. And your legs, already compromised by low nitric oxide and failing venous valves, are facing this maximum demand at exactly the moment they are least equipped to handle it. This is the triple problem your legs are fighting every morning, and this is precisely why the morning habit I'm about to reveal is so powerful, because it directly targets all three of these mechanisms at once, in the exact window when your legs need the most help. The 5 warning signs. Signs your leg circulation is already in crisis. Before I give you the solution, I want you to clearly understand the warning signals your body is already sending you, because recognizing these early can quite literally save your life. Warning sign 1. Persistent cold feet and toes. This is not about feeling slightly cold on a winter morning. This is when your feet feel ice cold even inside a warm room, even under thick blankets, even when everyone around you is perfectly comfortable. You cannot warm them no matter what you do. This happens for one reason. Your warm, oxygen-carrying blood is not reaching the farthest points of your circulation. Your feet and toes are being starved of the blood flow they need to function, and the cold is your body's distress signal. Warning sign 2, numbness and tingling that does not go away. Many of my patients describe it as tiny needles constantly pricking their toes, or that familiar sensation of a foot falling asleep, except it never wakes up fully. It strikes while you're sitting quietly watching TV. It wakes you at night. It's constant. This is not a minor annoyance. This is your peripheral nerves sending emergency signals to your brain because they are not receiving enough oxygenated blood to function normally. Warning sign 3, ankle and leg swelling by evening. If your shoes feel tight by afternoon, if your socks leave deep marks in your skin, if your ankles look visibly puffy by the time you sit down for dinner, your venous return is failing. Fluid that your circulation should be carrying back up toward your heart is instead pooling in the tissues of your lower legs. Gravity is winning, your circulation is not. Warning sign 4, leg cramping during short walks. In medicine, we call this claudication, and it's one of the most common and most underdiagnosed signs of peripheral arterial disease in older adults. Your leg muscles are essentially running out of oxygen fuel mid-movement. They cramp, tighten, and force you to stop and rest. When blood flow is healthy, this doesn't happen. When circulation is compromised, it becomes a daily limitation. Warning sign 5, restless legs at night. That unbearable, crawling, itching, electric sensation deep inside your legs that forces you to move them constantly just to get a moment of relief. This sensation steals your sleep and your rest. It's your nervous system responding to inadequate blood flow, generating movement signals as a desperate attempt to stimulate circulation in legs that are not receiving enough blood. If you're experiencing any combination of these warning signs right now, go to the comments and type the number of symptoms you recognize. I want to know, and I promise you, you're not alone. Now, let's fix this. The morning habit, the two-part protocol that doubles leg blood flow. The morning habit that the research confirmed doubled blood flow to the legs in 7 days is a two-part protocol, a specific drink consumed within 15 minutes of waking, followed immediately by 5 minutes of targeted movement. Let me walk you through each component in detail because precision matters enormously here. The timing, the ingredients, the quantities, and the sequence all affect the outcome. Part 1. The morning circulation drink. This drink contains 3 primary ingredients. Each one targets a different mechanism of leg circulation failure. Together, they create what cardiovascular researchers describe as a synergistic vasodilatory effect, meaning the combined result is significantly greater than any single